Hi, sixth graders. I hope you are doing well. I miss you all. I decided for your lesson two, I would make a video to help you along. I was really impressed though with a lot of your awesome value and shading work with your apple sphere, object of your choice, and value scales in our lesson one project. We're going to continue to work on value. I know you remember at the beginning of the semester, I said we're really going to be working hard on value all semester and different types of value. It's a little bit more tricky now that you are at home. You don't have all of the great supplies for the fun projects that I originally had planned. So we're going to continue to do a lot of things with value using pencil. So for our next project, which is your op art hand, we're going to be incorporating value again because I really want you all just to become masters at creating value and shading. So I hope you enjoyed this project, and I'm going to be walking you through the steps, but please make sure that you also look at your Google slide because that is going to walk you through the steps as well. And it also has examples and the grading criteria, which is super essential for you to check out so you know what I'm looking for when grading this project. All right, let's have some fun. For this project, you will need white paper, pencil, Sharpie if you have it, and colored pencil as an option. Make sure your paper is going vertical. Step one, trace your hand, fingers, and a little bit of your wrist and arm. Make sure you're filling the space of your paper, and you're going to be tracing with pencil. Next up, if you have a Sharpie, you're going to be creating the lines with Sharpie. If you don't, you can do this step with pencil. You're going to follow the edge of your paper and make a straight line starting at the bottom. Then you're going to curve your line as you get to the wrist. After you curve the line over your wrist, then you're doing another straight line to the edge of your paper. So we want the lines inside your wrist and your hand to be curved, kind of like a frowny face. But then the lines around your hand or outside of your hand are straight and following the edge of your paper. You're going to work your way up your paper, spacing out your lines, anywhere from a ½ inch to an inch. You don't want them too close together because that's going to make it a little bit more challenging to add value later. Okay, once you get up to your fingers is where it gets a little bit more tricky. So within each finger, you're making that same frowny face curved line inside the finger. But I've found that it's a little bit easier that when you come in between the fingers, that you almost make more of a little bit of a smiley face. That helps the line sort of curve and continues to give that illusion of 3D, which is what we're trying to accomplish. So inside each finger, between the lines of the finger is a frown face, a curved line down. But on the outside, in between the fingers, you're curving your line up just a little bit. And then when you get through the finger, you're trying to sort of straighten out your line. Okay, once you have taken your lines all the way to the top of your paper, making sure that you've curved your lines inside your hand, helping it to look like it's coming off your paper. Now you get to choose if you want to use pencil or colored pencil to add value. I've chosen to use pencil to add value. So for every other line, although if you so choose, you may color every line, But really, to show the illusion, you really only need to fill in every other line with value. So you're going to make your darkest values at the edges of your pencil line around your hand. So you're starting where your wrist is at the bottom of your paper. You're going to find that line that you traced around your hand. You're making really dark value up next to that hand, and then it's going to gradually get lighter as it goes toward the edge of your paper and over the curvature of your wrist. So I want to see that gradual transition from dark to light as it goes toward the edge of the paper and over your wrist. And then you're going to take your finger, notice I'm taking my finger and blending those colors so I get a nice smooth shading of value from dark to light. As you work your way up, every other line adding value, it's a little more tricky when you hit those fingers once again. So with the fingers, for every line, both the inside and outside line of each finger, you are applying value. So where your pencil line is for each finger, that's going to be the darkest area. So it's as if there's a highlight on the top of your finger and in the top of your hand and in the top of your wrist. That's what's helping give that illusion of depth. So where every line is, if it helps you, every pencil line that's outlining your hand, that's where you're going to put your darkest value. So you're going to press really hard on the line. Make sure that your strokes are going side to side because we want a nice smooth value line that's going horizontal across your hand. So the darkest area is on the pencil line, then it gradually gets lighter. And remember to use your finger to blend. If you want to take your eraser and just on the tops of each finger, you can erase to create that highlight if you so choose. All right, sixth grade. So I have finished my value op art hand. I chose to just do mine with pencil, but of course you can choose to do yours with colored pencil and do color, or you can do it with regular pencil. But remember, the whole goal of this project is for you to show me that you know how to create that gradual transition from dark to light using your pencil. Make sure that on the Google slide you are reviewing the grading criteria, so you know exactly what I'm looking for when I'm grading this. 40 points goes towards how well did you trace your hand, your fingers, and a portion of your arm. Did you use the majority of the space? I don't want to see your hand just down here and then all this empty space up here. So make sure your hand is filling the majority of your paper. How well did you outline it using marker? If you do not have a marker or a Sharpie at home, you don't have to outline it, so I won't count that against you if you just do the whole thing in pencil alone. And then 40 points is toward value, which is crucial. So make sure that you are following the instructions in the Google slide and in my video on how to add value on every other stripe, or you may do every stripe if you would like to with color. But if you use color and you still want to do every other, I'm totally fine with that. Making sure that you are defining the shape of your hand and your fingers with that value. That's how we're going to be able to see them really pop, so it looks three-dimensional. And then 20 points goes toward neatness. So did you blend with your finger? Is it nice and smooth? Did you color in one solid direction, side to side? So make sure that when you're adding your value, that your pencil strokes are going horizontally and nice and smooth. That's what I'm going to be looking for this project. So I cannot wait to see everybody's op art value hand. And again, I hope you're doing well. And if you have any questions, be sure to email me, or you can comment on Google Classroom, and I will be happy to help you out. All right, good luck. Can't wait to see the finished products.